Welcome back, boys and girls of the comic book community. JP from All About Comics and my co-host, Pope Grammy.
What is going on, guys?
We are finally back. Sorry about last week, but we are back this week live and ready to chat it up with the community. We got some good stuff to talk about. We got some good books we read. At least I read. I know we want to talk about Venom #2 because we both read that.
Sure did.
So pretty excited to talk about that. I have some independent books I want to talk about as well. I have a little stack here I read and would like to talk about it. But most importantly, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about an amazing dollar find that I found today on my way home from work. I stopped by the store and I found Bud Light Lime for $1. Ew, this is amazing. Never had it before.
The greatest dollar find ever.
Wait, there's more. I got an Oberon. You guys might have seen this in the video we did last time with Pope, and it was also $1. So amazing stuff here in the East Texas life. Let's see, we already got a few people in the chat. That's awesome. What's up, TJ Watson? Got reviews from the Batcave. Pope Grammy, who the hell that guy is. We got, hey, Hazel Dan, Mr. Rigor Mortis 86, Jack Joe shit.
Jack Joe.
Anyways, welcome everyone. Welcome to the show. It's good to be back. I felt a little empty last week without my weekly dose of Pope Grammy. My medicine. You know, I think it was really just the beer. I missed.
It was definitely the beer.
You know, I used to have like this thing, like we call it a guys' night, you know, where you go out and hang out with your buds, you watch a movie, have some beers, whatever you may do. But Thursday night has become my guys' night. It's like a long distance thing, but you know what? I got beers, I got comic books, I got my buddy, I got my people in the chat that we visit with. He's got his beers. So really, I don't need to go out, even though I believe Ant-Man came out tonight, or comes out tonight, so there's that. TJ Watson says it was lonely without you. I agree. My week was, I mean, it kind of worked out great in a way. I mean, not in a good way for both parties, but for me, I was in the middle of moving. So I know I've done a video since then, but I moved. We're in a new place. We moved about 2 hours away from where we were. So here we are now in sunny East Texas. And there's not a single LCS within an hour for me.
No!
My life dramatically changed in that regard. But, you know, anyways, we are here tonight. I'm going to try this Bud Light Lime here live on YouTube with my friends. Looks a little weak if you ask me. Not near as dark as I'm used to.
You like some dark. And I'm drinking on, and what I love about this, it actually says how to say it underneath, like the title. It actually says, say Lagunitas. So I'm drinking Lagunitas.
Lagunitas. That sounds pretty good. Is it a dark beer?
It's an amber. It's that little midway between. I mean, it's pretty good.
Oh, nice. It's not super dark. It's not like crystal clear like, say, Bud Light Lime. I can actually watch the show through this beer. That's pretty weak. Weak!
Yeah, Jocko says no local comic shops but dollar beers.
No kidding, man. So, thankfully, my old LCS is going to ship to me monthly or whatever, and you know, which just kind of sucks because this week, Sword Daughter #2 came out, and it's on my pull list, and it's just waiting to read it.
That's the book I'm.
Yeah, I can't wait to read that one, man. It's going to be exciting. So, a few things I don't know. I guess a week away, and got some catching up to do in the community and stuff we want to talk about this week. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about this show, actually. I will go ahead and just kind of announce with you guys. I'll do a more of an informative video later, but I did take on a new role, a new job, so I started working different shifts. So we might do the show every other week, or we'll hash it out between Pope and I. We'll figure it out how we want to do it. But I just kind of want to lay it out there so people know what's going on. Pope Cerebus the First, yeah. Which beer you say is tasty, Mr. T.J. Watson? The Bud Light Lime that tastes like flavored water. You don't have to worry about me stumbling through the show with this drink, I promise you. 4%. So what you been up to, man? What you been reading?
Well, before I go off into that, I do want to say I want to thank you, and I want to thank everybody in the community that supported me these past few weeks, man. I mean, it means it means so much to me, because I mean, I've been depressed because I've been dealing with a death in my family, and it's been pretty hard. But I mean, getting texts from you guys, getting YouTube shout outs, getting and even getting gifts from you guys has meant a lot to me. It's kept my head above water. So I want to say thank you for that right off the gate.
You're my brother, man. So when you hurt, I hurt. So I just wanted to be there as best as I can. I know we're far away distance wise, but
so cheers, guys. Thank you very, very, very much.
You're very welcome.
Books, I haven't been able to. Today was the first time me and the wifey took off, and we did major grocery shopping, and I finally hit my comic book shop in I guess a few weeks, maybe 3 weeks. So I've been behind. I missed a lot of the big hitters. The Miss Marvel 31 cover came out. Didn't even know about it, and so that came and gone. But I mean, it's no big deal. But I did pick up the Teen Titans special, which I'll talk about a little bit later when we talk about. We're gonna be talking about first appearances and speculations and stuff. Oh, and this is another thing I didn't even tell you. I ordered some stuff from BCW, and I got this really cool red plain the whole books, and I actually used it today.
Sweet ass Jenny Frison cover art there too.
Sure is. But the books that I picked up was the Batman number 50.
Nice. Did you read it yet?
Yeah, I read it today.
Okay.
And
I'm curious your thoughts.
Have you read it?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to spoil anything, but I could say that I wasn't too happy with it.
Nah, man, I
wasn't too happy about that.
I don't want to spoil it for anyone because it's only Thursday and not everyone's got their books, but yeah, it was exactly what I expected. More or less.
It is. I'm going to compare it to Superman number 75. The Death of Superman. I was just like, oh yeah, 500 copies of it. Nope. I actually did a smart thing because I had a couple of these in my hand, and I was like, no, I'm just going to buy the Jim Lee cover and the regular cover, and I'll be dunsies with that.
So last Saturday, I just want to do a quick shout out as well. I think I bought for the first time from the New York Warriors live auction they had last Saturday night, I believe it was. Whatever it was, Saturday. I think it was Saturday. Whenever they did their auction last, I picked up Deadly Class number 1. I believe it was from Oh my gosh. E-Rod or Easy E. Does that sound right? Eric? Anyways, he threw in a couple extra books. He sent me a Dark Hawk #1. And then this really cool book I've never seen before, but he must know my style. I was looking at that. This is an Alan Moore called Awesome Adventures. She's just a sword away from stealing my heart.
That's what I was gonna say. Where's the sword? Send it my way, and I'll do a special little like sketch on it.
You're gonna remark it for me?
Then I'll sign it with some hidden like hieroglyphics inside my signature.
Really quick to the chat, they're kind of talking about Batman 50 there. So it says, who was it? Gomez said it was crap. A lot of people pissed off at King for that garbage, but he still picked it up. Exaltate Comics, welcome. What's up? Miss Hustle's in there. You already said hello. You said hello.
Hello.
Easy Sleazy E, yeah, he hooked me up, man. Got the Deadly Class #1. I'm super excited about that. Welcome, Scotty. Welcome to the live show. Anyways, I just thought it was, most people probably already know about the Batman thing, but I really just don't want to spoil it for those who want to go and read it themselves. Just have at it.
And I do have to apologize to Big E's because last night I was watching the Instagram and YouTube, and he was doing his Instagram contest. I realized he didn't put like some other people's names in it, and I felt like the biggest asshole in the entire world because I felt as though I called him out. So if Big E sees this, I know he said there was no big deal, but like I felt as though like I kind of called him out in front of the world. But he said it was no problem, but like I didn't mean for him to have to do his whole damn contest over
again. TJ Watson says the Dark Hawk, the holy grail of comics. Very nice. Maybe I'll do a Dark Hawk giveaway tonight then, since it's such a high demand book.
How much is Dark Hawk going for nowadays?
I have no idea. Got a $1 sticker price on it, so
Everything $1.
I mean, it's not in great condition either. I wouldn't. I don't think a pressing would help this one much, but it was free, so I don't care. Super Grail. So I tell you, I read quite a few books since our last adventure together. I was very excited. I read Tokyo Ghost Volume 1, the paperback or the trade. Damn, dude. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Yeah, I read a book from a publisher I'm not familiar with, Static Press, which I guess is under the Titan Comics imprint. So we'll talk about that. And we'll do some giveaways tonight. At least I will. I'm not going to speak for my friend there. But I'm going to give away some trading cards tonight.
I'll give away some stuff.
I got some sweet-ass Kickstarter exclusive trading cards to give away. So
that's awesome stuff. That's like, like limited edition swag from like I can't wait because I did a Kickstarter with Dan Mendoza, and my stuff should be coming in, I guess, within the next 2 weeks.
Was it the Lady Death one or the La Muerta?
No, he did. Yeah, it was. Sorry. Exactly.
Yeah, I did that one as well. We'll talk off air about what I did with that one. The wife does not need to know. She'll probably be watching here in a minute.
I mean, it was like this was a
gift cards to eBay.
What's that?
Gomez said this better be gift cards to eBay.
That's funny as shit.
Someday. Danny Ochoa wants to know, do you guys own NYX number 3? I do not, personally, because I sold it was probably about an 8.0 copy I had right before the Wolverine movie came out. So, I had to get the premium I could while then. I did try and win one the other day, and the Great Legends auction with C. Woodard was selling one that was a low grade. But
How much was he selling it for?
it ended up selling for, gosh, I want to say like 166.
Damn.
Yeah, something like that. I did not win that, so therefore I lost interest.
I don't care. And Pope Service says the new Dark Hawk near mint is $25 at his shop.
Oh, offer them 12, see if they'll take it.
I'd offer them $7.
I did so you know how everyone at the beginning of the year does their want list or whatever, their big books or whatever for the year that they want. NYX number 3 is obviously on that list for me. I'm a huge X-23 fan. Never mind the fireworks. People forget that today is not 4th of July, so if you guys hear that in the background, I apologize. Or my screaming, crying son who's doing this weird night terror thing. Or the house is haunted. I don't know. Whatever. But anyway, so for me, there was one book in particular that was on my list this year, and I was able to snag it recently at a very good price. I was very happy with it. So I haven't shown it off. I don't think I've shown it in any video yet. Maybe I did. I'll show it now. So I'm going to be sending this out for a nice little pressing painting, if you will. This is about a 7.0. It is Miss Marvel number 1.
Oh, snap.
So this was on my list for the year, so very excited to have that. It's a very nice 7.0. So hoping that I'll send it over to Midwest Man Paul and have him do his magic with it. So I have another book I'm going to send his way as well that I haven't shown yet either. Got this for literally nothing because I had some rewards saved up and was able to do it that way. And I got the first appearance of Storm Shadow, G.I. Joe number 21. So it's pretty cool. Pretty happy to get that. I've never owned this book before, so I plan on getting that one cleaned up as well.
That's the silent movie.
The silent movie. I think that was the next issue.
Oh, that was the next issue?
Yeah, this one's the first Storm Shadow.
Yeah, I thought that was the one where it was the whole, there was no words, it's all action.
Maybe. I haven't opened it yet, but. And then this is the Deadly Class number 1 that I got from.
Nice. Deadly Class is awesome. That's pretty
Dude, I'm so excited for Sci-Fi, that series that's coming out too. Like, I'm very excited to watch that. I am. The wife got us set up to make that happen for me, so I appreciate that. Thumbs up, wife. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on as far as stuff I haven't shown yet. But Poor Man's Comic, what's up, man? And just so everyone knows, everyone who won their books in the auction, shipped off half today and the other half go out tomorrow. I do apologize, but with the move and starting the new job and everything, kind of screwed with my schedule. But everything will be mailed out. All the contest winnings that I'm behind on, they'll be mailed out as well.
Yeah. Pope C, I'll be sending your stuff out tomorrow, man.
Well, I think we can understand with your situation, so issue number 12 of Deadly Class. Yeah, I can't wait to. I'm gonna start picking up the trade for Deadly Class. Yeah, Jack Yo says that the G.I. Joe 21 is the epic silent issue, so you're right. Anyway, so Deadly Class, yeah, definitely gonna pick up the volumes so I can try and catch up before the show comes out or whatever. Just kind of like to see. I like to compare things. I'm weird like that, or I like to torture myself when it's like an awesome story and they make a movie out of it, and you're like, I hate this crap. You know, or they ruin your childhood, like, you know, Transformers.
I love the X-Men movies.
Excuse me just for 1 second.
1 second.
I'll be right back, guys. I promise.
And while he's doing that, I will show you. I've picked up this Deathstroke number 33, which is probably my second favorite Mattina cover. Here, let me move this camera over here so you can get better non-glare on it. Nope, that didn't help too much. But that was a sick-ass Robin Deathstroke face. This comes the second to that Flash Mattina that he did that I love so much. Some other things I picked up is obviously I had to pick this up, and that's the Cosmic Ghost Rider #1. And if you guys haven't read this, it is fucking hilarious as hell. I want to spoil this so bad. The only thing I'm going to say is that there is an epic punch. The biggest punch in Marvel history happens in this book right here. So if you want to see the biggest throwdown ever, it happens in this book.
Or you're singing, you gotta fight.
No, I was just talking about some Cosmic Ghost Rider.
Yeah, I hear it was a pretty good book. What's up, great legend?
What's up, legend? How's it going, brother?
One book that I saw this week, speaking of the Deathstroke covers, did you see the Deathstroke cover, the Robin, like Deathstroke?
You mean the one that I just showed?
Oh my god, that thing is sick, dude. Yes, that one. So
this is the first thing I picked up. You're like, I'll be back in a second. I was like, I got the exact book I can show to cover this time.
Oh my gosh.
Holy crap.
I got a lot of catching up to do when it comes to that stuff, but that is a badass freaking cover.
It is. Motion sickness.
We're live here in the Pope Crib. Where the magic happens and the party's at. We got comics on the floor and bitches on the roof. Oh, sorry.
Oh, that's good. Thought that was a really cool mix. Excellent mix.
Oh my gosh. So let's talk about, what are you talk about? Venom #2? I read Venom #2. Did you read Venom #2?
I sure did. I read Venom #2.
What do you think?
My thoughts are like, I'm still in the kind of neutral area with that. Like, I'm not too excited about it, but on the same note, like, I'm just happy that Eddie Brock is Venom again. But that having that big ass like God symbiote thing, I just don't know how I feel about that yet. I still got to soak on that for a little bit, I guess.
Maybe it has something to do with the devil. Just saying.
Donny Cates, I summon you to our show right now. Sign on my comic books.
Oh gosh, yeah. I would love to get Donny Cates on here so we could talk about his stuff. I mean, I personally, I'm digging the Venom thing. I like where it's going. I'm excited for issue 3. We'll see from there, but I think he's in it for the long haul, which is encouraging. But I also think, I mean, you look at like Cosmic Ghost Rider, it's got some underlining darkness. I didn't read the Thanos thing, but it did create the Cosmic Ghost Rider, right? So
yeah,
there's just things that I can see what's going on. What's up, Tats Comics?
Tat, what is up, brother?
Let's see. There's a question in there. Danny Ochoa, you get that question? What is,
Hold on, what, there was a question.
I don't know if he's asking it for us or not, but I will double check here.
Who asked the
What do you guys think about the variant game? That was his question.
the variant game?
This is something that's like truly on my mind every day. I am so tired.
Like, pull up a chair. Let's talk about these variants.
But first of all, you have to know, if you know me, I'm a pro variant guy. I love hard to get chase variants. I love, things of that nature. I love art. I'm a really big fan of gorgeous sought after covers. Like for me, Ms. Marvel #2, the Molina cover, when she's blowing the bubble gum. It's such an amazing cover. Hard as hell to find, expensive. I had 2 of them in my possession at one time, but that's neither here nor there. But the store variants, I think, is where I'm exhausted. Like it's the B covers. The B covers are killing it, but they're not hard to get. They're 1-1, they're 1 and 2, whatever it may be. But then you start getting into every store. Every week there is some other new store with the store variant, and I don't know. I'm really kind of just exhausted with the variants right now, if I'm just being completely honest.
Yeah, like my opinion on the variant thing is like I'm gonna pull a thing from Supernatural. Look, I get it. Like if you, I don't like Marvel pumping out like I'm calling Marvel out on it because they do it all the time. Like I don't mind when like big like when it's 100th issue or 1,000th issue, like Superman just had Action Comics 1000. I don't mind them going a little crazy, like maybe 7, 8 variants. That's fine, but like it almost seems like Marvel every like 2 issues they'll have like and it's like they'll have like 10 different variants for it, like Iron Man. And I know I bitched about this already, and Miss Hustle's probably going to kill me for bitching about it again. But Iron Man went through the whole entire alphabet of variants. And I think they went from all the way from A to Z, and then they started doing like double A's and double B covers. Like, what? Like, I want variant DD, please. That's going to be $586.
We know what the variant DD stands for. That's the Power Girl cover.
Thank you for going there. Yes, I'm gonna drink on that one. Variant DD.
Yeah, I think like so someone brought up Matina in the chat there. Pope Cerebus brought it up. So if you go back to a year ago, watching comic haul videos in this community in particular, even my own channel, Matina was an underappreciated artist. He had some really hard to get stuff. Some, I believe he has a Red Hood cover. I think that's Matina, right? That has that Red Hood cover that's extremely hard to find, like a 1 in 25. I can't remember what issue it is, but you guys know what I'm talking about if you follow variants or chase books. But anyways, beautiful cover, amazing artist. But now it's starting to get like artist fatigue. It's Artgerm, it's Matina, it's Delato, the same through Perillo now. So they're just like they're pumping out these covers every week, multiple covers by these guys, and I understand they want to ride the hot artist, and hey, it's great for them. They're getting work, and they're not gonna say no to projects. I totally get that. But when we had Monty on here and kind of talking about the same thing, sometimes you have to look at it and say, is the art suffering because the artist is just so overwhelmed with so many books at one time? Sometimes I would say yes, absolutely. They can't put as much detail into their work when they got a deadline.
Just got Campbell.
Right. There's something in your throat. I think it was a chick with the same pose on a different cover.
With no background.
Great Legend said when they whore out the Matinas, they mean less. That's true. It's not the chase anymore. You know, you look back at that Thunderbolts 129, whatever it was, 126 through 131. Those are all Mattina covers, and they are freaking sick. They're just gorgeous covers. But you know, it's like, again, it's like a double-edged sword, really, because.
Well, see, like, I mean, I think it goes back to exactly what you said. I understand, like, I think there should, like, obviously there should be variants that, like, you know, that a collector can get to say that, you know, this was a hard to find variant or whatever, or there was a limited edition. Because, I mean, that adds to the spiciness of being a collector or flipper or whatever you want to do. But on the same note, like, look at all the work that Mattina and Art Germ. I'm going to use those two as an example since we've seen a lot from them. They have, I loved everything they pumped out. Like, all their work has been spot on. Like, I haven't felt like those two specific artists, I don't think they've given us shit. I don't think they've just like pumped out something like, here, put this on. I'm gonna put my name on this cover. Like, they'll buy it. You know?
I will say though, I do not care for the Art Germ Catwoman cover for #1. Not a big fan. But that's,
I like it.
That's
I
just,
think it's pretty.
It's just not something that
I'm telling the wife who should not be named. That's who I'm telling.
Tell her if you want to. She'd be like, but it's Art Germ. Get that out of your head.
Knock on that door, JP, right now.
I'm going to get ice cream.
Damn.
But yeah, I mean, I think, you know, going back to the original question, you know, variants are here to stay, whether you like them or not. I embrace them for the most part. Again, I don't think we need 1 in 1,000 covers and incentive covers, you know, whatever. But also, I can go back and say that, you know, you get a book like, you know, Ms. Marvel #2 obviously wasn't selling very much. The Molina cover was a 1 in 50. So there's only maybe 930-something copies out there, if I've done my math correctly, from a few years ago. But it wasn't like a store exclusive where you only get it if you live in the East Coast, West Coast, Central, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin. You know, pretty soon we're going to have an All About Comics, the Comics and Cold Ones exclusive on here. I don't know what title yet, but I'm bound to make it happen. And it'll be limited edition, and it'll come with beer stains on it because, yeah, that's how we roll.
The first cover is going to have, like, the beer ring.
Yep, beer ring stamp. That'll be our new logo, will be the beer ring. But, you know, for the most part, I think I get the frustration from the community, but I also get from the business side of stuff. I mean, I said it's a double-edged sword, but I think the B covers are just great. You know, personally, I think it's not like super hard for people to get them. So,
I'm sorry, I was just laughing because like there was some serious shit going on in the chat and then some funny shit.
okay.
First, like Pope C was like the artist fatigue. You know, the work still looks good for the most part, you know, but you know, the fact that they're everywhere. And then Gomez said ice cream and beer don't mix, bro. and then right after that, TJ Watson said he just had a massive epic bathroom break.
Oh, of course you did.
That's why you should watch the show on your phone so you can carry it into the bathroom.
Heck yeah. I never miss anything.
It's no shame. You can take a dump and watch the show. It's all good. I'm surprised Jason didn't pop up in the comments and said, you can't say dump on a live chat.
So, reviews from the Batcave Chad basically said everyone's just chasing the hot book and no one actually reads books anymore. Yeah, it's kind of the look what I have mentality. I get that.
But you know what, man? What it basically comes, and I don't even know why. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't even know why I bitch about the variants, because like I'm gonna buy and I'm gonna collect what I want, like what I love. I'm gonna buy. Like I don't, you know. But,
yeah.
You know, so I mean, that's what it boils down to. The only thing that's gonna suck for me is when that like 1 in like 500 variant has this awesome ass cover and like makes you start making these financial choices of like, do I not want to eat for the next 3 weeks? Do I want to buy that like $500 variant that looks sweet as hell, you know?
Yeah, I'll be honest. So I kind of just did like a collecting overhaul, if you will, with my personal collection, and I've talked about it with some other collectors in the community and stuff, and kind of because I was hardcore variant, I was hardcore flipper, if you will. You know, I wanted to make that fast cash. You know, that was kind of my thing, and my wife actually brought me back to reality, and she said, where you love comics, but what do you love about comics? You love the dollar. You love making, you know, a little couple dollars here and there or flipping books. And I'm like, no. I was like, it's just become like a job, or you know what I'm saying? Like it's just something I do. It wasn't I was looking for something to read, and so I just said, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to stop with this crap. I crack open some books, start reading again, and I've got back my passion, my love for comics, just sitting down to a good story and just having a lot of good fun with it. But I mean, if I'm going through looking for books and I see something that, like, for example, the Adam Hughes Baroness cover for $2, yeah, I'm probably going to pick that up every time and flip it every time. Or offer it to the community. You know, that's kind of, there's people that want that stuff.
You see, like, you know, like, well, I've been spending the last, can't lie, 3 weeks going through my collection, and I have like one more day of sorting out my books, and I've been pulling out stuff, setting aside to give away and stuff to possibly do an auction. But, you know, I started seeing stuff like, man, I don't even like this anymore. Like, why is this in my collection? I mean, I know the first reason why I picked up the book, but, like, there's other books. You know, there's a lot of books that I picked up that I found in a dollar bin, like, you know, fucking 8 years ago. And, you know, it's just like, oh, you know, I have, like, 2 or 3 of these. Because I'm a collector, you know, like,
yeah,
I'm not much of a collector, but, like, I understand it, you know, and I'm not dissing anybody who flips or whatever. I think it's all good. I love everything about comic book collecting. Like, when, hell, you know, like, people like that bitch about flippers. It's like, you know, like, you're bitching about your own community. Like, these are the people like, well, you know, like the Legend and JP and a 9.2 crew and like guys in New York. They have auctions where they're flipping the books that they found for $1. Yeah, you may pay like maybe $5, but you're not paying like 15, 20 bucks for like a book. You know, you pick up, I don't know, like, it's just a crazy, crazy, crazy world we live in. But that's why we have these YouTube channels, so we can talk and bitch about them, drink beer.
I mean, I can use my auction on, I did a, you know, auction Sunday night, and I sold Gideon Falls set. You know, it's a hot book right now. I could have put it on eBay, and I know doubled my money easy. There's no doubt about it. I could have got 80, 90 bucks for that set.
Just fucking TV show.
You know, but you know, I let the community decide, and I've sold plenty of books on those auctions where I didn't make a damn dollar. You know that.
Oh yeah.
You know, some
I got some of those books myself. But I don't feel guilty at all.
Not at all, man, because it's about our community, you know, and I had no problem, you know, like, I'm not greedy, you know, I'm just it's just not how I am as a person. But, you know, if I can give the community an opportunity to hot book, and if they buy it from me for 20 and they flip it for 60, I really don't care.
That's what I love about these auctions on YouTube. I'm so glad that I found it, because, like, I will never sell a comic book on eBay, because I know, I mean, you know, on certain books, I know you can make bank, but it's just like you said. Like, I got this book for a fucking $1 in a dollar bin. Like, I don't want to put it on eBay and, like, put a $60 price tag on it. No, knowing damn well.
Hey! You're going to need to
ice cream and beer don't mix, JP.
I can't. It will spill everywhere. Might have just like
ice cream and beer. Well, thanks. Well, now the ratings just went up threefold.
Do I like shimmy too? Do a little shimmy.
Are they showing cleavage on that show?
Here's your little,
Dang it, boy.
here's your little napkin.
Oh yeah.
Something
Hey,
right there on your mustache.
he says he doesn't like the Catwoman Art Germ cover.
What? Get the fuck out. Divorce.
Have you seen the cover?
I have, actually.
No.
I'm sorry, that was horrible of me. Like,
That was horrible of you.
fuck that.
No, I have to walk away now.
Next week, it's going to be the Wife and Pope show.
Holding you to that.
That's fine. I'll be at work.
Hope you can drink.
Yeah. And she don't even like beer.
Uh-oh.
Good luck with the show, wife.
I take it back. Take it all back.
There's no show without beer.
No. And then the chat went silent.
I'll drink beer. I'll drink my lady drinks.
Well, that's fine. Oh my gosh.
If you
Yeah.
let's see when you drink the
Anything in the chat that I missed?
I don't even know what the hell I was talking about.
We were talking about how much we love comic books, and that's why we have this show.
That's right.
But yeah, it's like, I don't know. I mean, people can do whatever they want in comic books because there's something for everyone. That's what I say all the time. I don't care if people like what I collect, and I don't care what you collect. If I have something I can help you with, absolutely, let's do it. You know, I just helped out another YouTuber in a trade because he wanted a book, and I had it, and I said, sure, man. We worked out a deal. He's happy. I'm happy. End of story. Could I have sold that book maybe and got more money for it? Sure. But that's not the point of it. And I am not dissing people that do that because there's money to be made in comic books. We all know that. I mean, there's no different than like, you know, me getting this Miss Marvel pressed and cleaned and getting an 8.0, getting it slabbed from CGC, selling it for $350 and looking like, yeah, I just robbed the bank. You know, like that's part of the business side of it. And there is a business side to it. There's so many different avenues in comics. You know, there's the pressing services. They're popping up all over the place on Facebook. You know, we have several here in the community that do it. Strictly Comics is a good one, and Midwest Man's a good one. You know, they're both very popular. Those are the two I know off the top of my head. So if there's someone else doing it and I don't mention you, don't take it personal. I just don't know. But that's something I have never even thought about before until I started, you know, hearing people in the community talk about getting their books cleaned or pressed or whatever. And it makes sense from an investment standpoint. But then we could open up a whole other can of worms about investing in comic books. And I don't really want to have that show tonight.
A whole different show. A whole entire. Well, speaking of which, let's get to a topic that I want to talk about. I want to talk about first appearances. And this kind of grabbed my attention because Bad Avenger, if you're watching this or if you end up in the chat room, I got this from your channel because we were talking about first appearances, or you were talking about it, and you were specifically talking about this particular book right here, and it's the Teen Titans special. I guess it's just a one shot from you know, like from events from the No Justice, and what I'm getting at is that long fighting battle of like what constitutes a first appearance for a character. And in this case, I'm personally involved in this because I was excited about this because I went ahead and pre-ordered through Midtown like a few copies of like the new Teen Titans with the first appearance of Crush, who is Lobo's daughter. I want to say it was Batman 49 that he was showing on his channel that had a preview, and I know there's another book that has a preview in the back. But does that constitute her first appearance? Because, I mean, it actually showed a little bit of the storyline in I think it was Batman 49, and I don't remember the title of the other book, but it showed a little bit of, it actually showed all these new characters that are going to be in the next Teen Titan book. And you would like, consider that their camo or their first appearance. But in the back of Teen Titans Special, I hope you guys can see this well. It's like it has like all the new characters, and it shows Lobo's daughter Crush. Now it doesn't even say that, like it shows her right there, but it doesn't even say that her name is Crush in this book. And this particular book, I'm thinking, came out like a week after the Batman book, which had a full preview. I guess a full preview, but it actually showed Crush and actually said that her name was Crush, like under her profile. So like there's this, and it goes back to, like the Incredible Hulk 180. People argue that the Incredible Hulk 180 is the first appearance of Wolverine. If you get your book rated or other people talk about it, they say 181 is Wolverine's first appearance and 180 is his camo. So I mean, this is just a big ass like war, I guess, of like what constitutes a first appearance. I just want to discuss it with you guys. I'm starting to lean. I can't remember who said it, but somebody said that they're not even going to care. They said that they're just going to go with whatever the consensus tells them is the first appearance.
Roman Curtis has a good question. They said, who had sex with Lobo?
No, I think like who didn't have sex with Lobo would be the correct answer to that. Like,
yeah, galactic pervert.
Well, I do know that Harley Quinn like banged him because it was in her little black book. So that could possibly be like Lobo and Harley Quinn's daughter. Dun dun dun.
Comics Miss Explains says he thinks it's more of a cameo.
Because I know, well, that's the weird thing. Yeah, and like the Great Legend, like Darkseid. I'm a huge Darkseid fan, and I've been trying to get the first appearance of Darkseid, but they're saying my pal Jimmy Olsen, he was in one panel, and is that his first appearance or a camo? Because I have New Gods #1, or not New Gods #1. It's New Gods.
Yeah. Legend just said it in the chat. New Gods 1.
Okay, is his first full? Because I have that book, and it's just kind of like, do I have his first appearance or do I have a camo?
I don't know. Well, it's no different. I mean, we could do ASM 300. Well, clearly, Venom's first appearance is $2.99.
The Legend says, if it's your favorite guy, buy the camo and first appearance. But this is the thing, I bought. Why do I not think it's the New Gods? For some reason, I'm thinking it's something else. But anyways,
the beer.
Yeah, probably. Like I have that book, Forever People. Thank you, TJ Watson. It's the Forever People #1, and so I have Forever People #1, but they're considering that like his, like not even his. I guess it's like his second appearance, and they're saying that Jimmy Olsen is his first appearance.
Huh? What does the CGC say?
Oh, I'm pretty sure. Like, to be honest, I don't know. I'm wanting to say it's the Jimmy Olsen's pal is probably, they're saying, is the first appearance.
Well, the general consensus is ASM 300 is the first appearance of Venom. If you look at $2.99, he's there, full character.
Well, I mean, that's what they're saying about, like, that's why we're having this. That's what they say about Incredible Hulk 180. They're saying there's a full picture of Wolverine in the end, yet that's just a camo, and his first appearance doesn't happen until 181.
Chris Lorenzo was in the chat. STS guys, thanks for hopping in. do a quick little shout out here. We got JR. You know JR? Who shot JR? Am I too old? I'm too old. What else we got?
The Jimmy CGC is saying they're saying that that's the first appearance.
Oh, there you go. If CGC says it, it has to be true. Brian Spaceboy227 in the chat. What's up? A shout out to Roman Curtis. I know I mentioned him earlier, but I didn't get a chance to acknowledge his presence in a more solidified way. So,
Roman Curtis, my nemesis.
who? Roman Curtis?
Yeah, he's my opposite nemesis.
He's your bidding nemesis. Yeah, who is? Yeah, that's what I was just about to ask. Who is Lobo's baby mama?
Who's his baby's mama's mama?
Yeah, and mama's mamas. Your mama's mamas.
Mama.
He said Harley Quinn. Did Harley Quinn have a baby? And then there'll be a big paternity battle between Joker and Lobo.
Oh, Donny Cates.
Yes.
He's all over it. It's like, I'm done with Marvel. Let's go to DC. Who is Crush's mama? Or who's his Crush's daddy?
Well, I'm pretty sure that contract that he signed was for Marvel.
The contract that he signed with Devil. Mephisto. Yes.
Someday we'll have him on here. That's good. If I have to sell my soul to get him on here, it'll be worth it for you.
Our show is going places, JP. No, but seriously. First appearances, guys.
Danny Ochoa, I'm going to touch on this really quick. So he met Dan Mendoza and bought a sketch from him. You think $250 is too much for him? That's what he charged. That's his going rate. So it's really if it's a comfortable price. Since I have done a ton of commissions over the past year or so, I will just touch on this. So the thing with commissions is it's whatever you're comfortable with. Okay. So I had the chance to get a commission from Dan Mendoza when he was at the Dallas Fan Expo. It was the same price. He said it would be between $250 and $300 for this commission. And for me, I am not that in need of a sketch for that kind of price, or how I felt at the time. It just wasn't something I was comfortable with. But it comes down with you and the artist. If it's a price you're comfortable with, or if you're trying to look at like investing long-term in art, then you might want to look at something more like original art, like buying pages. Maybe some original Zombie Tramp art from one of his issues would be a better investment. But, I spent lots of money. What's up?
Squirrel Girl.
What?
Listen, that was his bid for the mother of Crush.
Oh. She's got his nuts. That makes sense. So anyways, it's really just what you're comfortable with when it comes to commissions. Don't pay more than you're comfortable with. And that goes for anything. Like if they're buying a comic book, if it's a hot book, don't pay more than you're comfortable with.
This is the thing too. Like I met Dan Mendoza, and he's a really, really cool guy. And the thing is, like, I love his artwork. And what it comes down to is like you have like what are you asking an artist to do? Like if you're asking an artist to like do a full page cover of like a blank sketch cover, like that's a lot of time. That's a lot of time and effort. And like to me, $250 is like a good price for like a full like sketch cover art from Dan Mendoza. But it's like JP was saying, a lot of it kind of depends, like, how much do you like this artist? Like, do you want, but then again, you have to pay for the art, like these are artists, guys. Like these artists aren't those prices aren't bad at all. Like you're talking about people who are pumping out covers for big ass companies. You know, they get paid a shit ton of money to, you know, to do a cover for a book. But like, you know, to pay $250 for an artist that you like and you get a chance to meet them, that's not bad at all, man. So in my opinion, if you can get a cover sketch from Dan Mendoza for $250, go for it, man. Do it. Do it.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of kicked myself for not doing it just because I had this really cool idea that I thought would be fun for him to do. And, you know, there'll be maybe other times, but, you know, the flip side of that, you take someone like Adam Hughes, and it's $3,000 basically, and maybe $1,500 for a sketch. I mean, I've seen a tiny Tomb Raider sketch sell in front of me $800, but it's Adam Hughes. You know, I know I'm not comparing Dan Mendoza to Adam Hughes within the community. Dan Mendoza kind of does his thing, but you know, so you know, it's just a matter of being, you know, I mean, I'll show this just really quick because I can say what I paid for this, and you know, I've showed this before, you know, so it's pretty sweet, right? Needs to be inked, maybe colored.
I'll do it.
What's this worth? You know, what's this worth to somebody? Guy's name who did it, Dijak. You know, you see this at a convention. I bet you anything, it's $50. You know, sitting on there at his table, I bet it's $50. But you know, I didn't pay $50 for it. Not at all. But anyways, it's just a matter of what, you know, what you're comfortable with. You know, me, I'm a big fan of getting artists on the way up instead of when they're up here. If you catch people at the ground level, you can get some amazing artwork for really cheap. This, you know, I'll just go ahead and say it. This magic was $15. $15. It's 11 by 17, full body sketch, tons of detail. Sure, it's not inked, it's not colored, but for a pencil 11 by 17, yeah.
Yeah, and another big thing, I mean, I know this is going to kind of, I don't want to go too far into talking about this because, like, this could be a whole entire different show. But, like, if you're going to a commission or, like, if you're going to, like, a Comic-Con or something like that, you have to do your research very, very early. Like, you have to start, like, if you're wanting to go to, like, for me, the closest thing for me is the Lexington Comic-Con. So I have that already on my radar. So, like, I'm watching the Lexington Comic-Con, like, website to see who's going to show up there, like, who's going to be there. And if there's an artist that I love and like, you have to look them up, like, get in contact with them. Like, Instagram is probably, for me, has been the best way to get a hold of an artist because you can send them a message and say, hey, how much do you charge for, like, a sketch this size? How much do you charge for a sketch with color? You know, how much do you charge for, like, a blank comic book cover? And, like, more than likely you'll get feedback from them, and they'll give you a price, and they'll tell you that they can fit you in a slot. And, you know, if you do that, like, a few months ahead of time, then you can go ahead and, like, take that money and save it and say, okay, already had this money for that commission. It's all about planning ahead when it comes to Comic-Con. So that's, like I said, that's a whole different story.
That's where I use Instagram the most, to be honest, is because I found so many artists on there that are up and coming, or they just do whatever. Sure, that maybe they don't have any published work, or maybe it's a smaller publisher, whatever. But, you know, STS guys brought up a good point. They got Scotty Young 15 years ago for $25 because, you know, he wasn't Scotty Young that we know now. He wasn't a household name. You know, the thing is funny is about, gosh, it's been at least 10.
Oh, sorry. You're just like, gosh.
It's been like 10 or 12 years. He was doing a signing in a store in Des Moines, Iowa, and I just happened to be traveling through town that day, and it was raining. Didn't get a sketch from him, but you know, if I was into, maybe if I'd have been into sketching at the time, or I thought, oh my gosh, here's an idea, I should have got Scotty Young to do something, but I
No,
wasn't really,
I thought you were gonna do like a Scooby Doo, like back then when I was.
but you know, I'm just saying, like, I don't know. Commissions are one of my passions. You know, that's one of the things I love more than, I don't say more than comics, but it's up there. I have a ton of commissions. I love original art. I love artwork. I'm just really passionate about it. And, you know, to get these up and comers, and, you know, I don't know. I think it's cool to support people and their passion is doing the artwork, because you guarantee yourself 10 years ago, Dan Mendoza wouldn't have been $250, you know, at all. He's just, I mean, I don't even say exploded, because but they stay busy, right? And just take, for example, Chrissy Zulo. Me and Mr. Rigor Mortis 86, we love us some Chrissy Zulo. Actually, Mike over there in Boston loves some Chrissy Zulo too. Murphinator. So, you know, I've tried to get her a couple times, and she does, like, she'll post on Instagram, hey, my commission list is opened up. I'm taking 10 spots. Go to my Etsy store or whatever. Boom, I get there, it's sold out. Like, it sells out. She only charges $125. They're awesome little sketches, and she sells out every freaking time. So, you know. Hey, what's up, Brandon Stawinski? We got Al, Red Sox fan, in the chat. What's going on?
What is going on?
Jack Yo said Lexington, Kentucky? Question mark, Mr. Pope.
Kentucky is correct, sir. I don't know why I'm speaking like Skeletor, but yes.
You know what, dude? I just pulled up Masters of the Universe because I've been jonesing for that number 18 that I can't ever seem to find.
Dude, you know what? I have it. Like, I've been going through all my books. I don't have a double, but I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you.
I can never ask you to do that. But if you do, I would love you forever.
You didn't ask. The funny thing
I did pick up the origin of She-Ra.
The whole time I've been going through my collection, I had He-Man season 1 going on Netflix.
Oh my gosh! I just went and added it to my queue because I'm seriously, like, I'm just gonna watch the shit out of some He-Man.
I was going through all my comic books, and every few seconds I would hear "fool." That's why Skeletor, tell him "fool."
SES guys said they just had a sketch done by one of their favorite sketch card artists, Breed. They said it's on Instagram. I'll have to check it out. Hopefully I follow you guys on Instagram. I'll have to check that out too. So what was I going to say? Oh, something funny. Oh, so back to the He-Man story, right? So there's a little thing about my childhood that, you know, people that know me in my personal life, you know my humor or whatever. But so when I was a kid, and Santa would come, and it was just me and my sister. She's like 5 years younger than me, right? So Santa would lay out our gifts. They were never wrapped, mind you. So there's just been this room. We didn't have a Christmas tree growing up, so it was just a room with a fireplace.
All the shit just piled up in the corner.
Yeah, but it was laid out nice.
I'm calling dibs on that.
So
is that how your Christmas was, that you ran downstairs and started calling dibs on things?
Well, so the room was separated out, right? So you would have, like, my sister stuff on one side of the room and then my stuff on the other side of the room. And this is back, you know, when He-Man was just like all the rage. All I cared about in my life was He-Man and Skeletor and Orko and, you know, Lockjaw and Buzzsaw and, you know, whatever his name was, Buzz-Off. I don't know what his name was. But anyways, so we go downstairs, my sister and I, at 6 o'clock in the morning. The sun's not even shining. We're just like, yeah, Santa, woo! So we're going, and I'm going through all the toys and everything, and it gets to the end of mine, and there's He-Man. Yeah, don't look at her. She's like taunting me with looks like a penis. So that's weird. So anyway, so He-Man ends right here, but then the start of my sister's pile was She-Ra, and I'm thinking to myself, what in the heck? She-Ra's part of my collection. So I grabbed the She-Ra, and my dad's like, "You can't have dolls." And I'm like, "But she's He-Man's sister, man. I gotta have her in my collection." And he's like, "No, that's your sister's doll." So story is, I didn't get my She-Ra doll. So
she got to have like Hordak and shit like that. You're like, how does she get Hordak, Dad?
so I followed like She-Ra stuff on Instagram. So there's someone posted the original She-Ra in the thing, so I screenshotted it and sent it to my sister, and I said the childhood I never got to have.
Hustle said, "Did he say fool?" I said, "Fool."
Oh my gosh. Anyways, that was my sad childhood story about He-Man.
Well, the only thing to perk that up is a fucking giveaway, JP.
What are we giving away? Let's give away some shit.
Let's give away some shit. You want to, or should I?
Well, I can give away some. I'm gonna give away these freaking
Give away
exclusive
the gift cards.
on eBay gift cards. These are all trading cards for your love and affection. These are all from Kickstarters. You want me to show them individually, or just you can?
Yes.
These are all from Kickstarters. Beautiful Lady Death. We got some more Beautiful Lady Death. More Lady Death. What else we got?
Well, I mean, these things are exclusives because they come from Kickstarter. So
these are all Kickstarters exclusive. We got some metal cards here. This one's
like back in the '90s when he went and bought like all those X-Men cards in the packs.
No, you can't get these in packs, my friends.
You either hope for that hologram or that signed Jim Lee card. No, these are these are Kickstarters. These are limited editions.
Penny for your soul, beautiful artwork, guys. There's some cool metal cards in there. More penny for your soul. Penny for your soul with the metal card as well. Anyways, I'm looking to give these away to the community, for the community that loved me. Yeah, so I'm going to give those away tonight. I'm going to answer a real quick question here. It says, did you watch the Netflix Toys That Made Us? She-Ra was the downfall of the He-Man line.
No!
I need to go back and watch it because I did start watching that, but I did not get to that part of it. So, you know.
It's the jumping one!
Just ignore the background. I have a noxious people in the background.
I'm gonna yell at her.
There was a jumping spider in the house.
Oh my gosh, Spider Schmider. I jumped that spider in the parking lot. Yes, you do.
When you were done, Jake from State Farm has ants and a giant spider in his food bowl.
Okay.
Did you be so kind?
Yes. Anyways, the real question: why is Jake from State Farm eating outside my house? So, anyways, what are we going to do for a giveaway tonight, huh? The first person that can tell me what?
I was like, fool.
Well, the first person that can tell me the comic book that I'm desperately seeking right now. Chirp, 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 chirp.
Let's go to the comment. What do the comments have to say?
Cringed. I think he meant Cringer. Yeah, the freaking lion cat. Battle cat. Cringer. Ooh, legend got it. Number 18.
He-Man.
Oh my gosh, I used to read Cyberfrog for real. That was a badass book when I was young in the 90s.
Of course.
All right, well, the Great Legend wins the limited edition trading card set right here. Congratulations. I could hand deliver them to you Saturday.
I was just waiting for someone to go, what is a Motu 18?
Yeah, yeah. It's Masters of the Universe for those who are curious.
What's a Motu? Damn.
So I was going to say, so this Saturday, I don't know if Legend is aware of this, but your buddy Brent Peoples, and I can't say the other guy's name because I struggle with it. Mufasa. It's like Mufasa, but not really. Musa. They're doing a meet and greet in Frisco, Texas, Saturday. So if anyone's around the area and wants to go hang out with Brent Peoples, it's 11 to 2 at the comic shop, Doc's Comics. Thanks for stopping by, Mr. Red Sox fan. But anyways, so just so everyone knows, Mussolini, close. But I'm gonna attempt to be there to speak with Mr. Brent Peoples because he is going to be on Comics and Cold Ones next week. Whoop whoop! So excited for that.
What?
Yeah, we do need a new He-Man movie. You're absolutely right. But,
And in fact, I think they are doing a new He-Man movie.
and Dolph Lundgren still got some life in him.
Actually, I think he might be doing an appearance in. There's actually Creed 2. Is
Oh gosh, is it his son? His son going to be the Russian that
the son of Draco is going to be fighting him in it? No fucking joke.
Are you kidding me?
And I was like, Dolph Lundgren. You know, it's funny, but like Dolph Lundgren has like a fucking education in like nuclear science or some crazy shit like that. Like, he's a smart mofo. So it's weird that you see all these movies where, you know, he's talking really laid back and slow, like, I will kill you, I will crush you. But like he's got like he's got huge mad smarts. So
Yeah.
we made Pope C spit out his beer. Yes. That was my goal of tonight, was to make Pope C spit out his beer.
Mm-hmm.
So the next thing, if you don't mind, I want to talk about is a topic called speculations. And I brought a couple examples of speculations because I think, and once again, these speculations, this goes out to the Bad Avenger.
Uh-oh.
We were talking about, well, he was kind of talking about speculations, and I kind of commented, so I don't know if it was like a full conversation, but we were talking about speculations, and I guess the only thing I can personally do is give like my own, what?
Snarf.
Snarf.
Tom Cruise is going to play Snarf.
But speculating is this is my whole get go on it. And like here's one of the one of the biggest ones I've seen on YouTube. And it's this bad boy right here.
Is that Ronan?
Yes. This is the New Avengers number 27. And this is the first appearance of Hawkeye as Ronan. Now, granted, even if you do go out and get this book, it still has like a value because it still is the first appearance of Hawkeye, no matter what you do or twist or whatever movie's made or whatever TV show is made. This is still the first appearance of Hawkeye as Ronan. That's never, guys. That's never going to change. So that like it's not a that is not a speculation. That is a fact. This comic book is the first appearance of Hawkeye as Ronin. But the speculation comes that like I guess there's a speculation that Hawkeye was going to appear, and I guess in a future like Avengers movie or something, that he was going to come back as Ronin. And this is the only thing I want to say about speculations. Speculations are things you can buy into them, which is fine, because speculating is like, especially when comic books, is a gamble. There's no 100% guarantee that when someone comes on YouTube and says like, hey, you know, there's rumor that Hawkeye is going to appear in the next movie as Ronin. Like, it's a speculation. It's a guess. And when someone makes a speculation on their channels, it is a chance for you, as if you want to. It's not something you have to do, guys. It's giving you a chance to jump into those dollar bins, which I did on this book, because I found maybe like 8 of these bad boys. And I got these things for $1. And even if, you know, even if it goes into the toilet that like that Hawkeye doesn't show up in the next Avenger movie as Ronin, I still have 8 copies of the first appearance of Hawkeye as Ronin. And, you know, so like, so when people start saying stuff like, oh, it didn't happen yet, or this it's you can't blame a YouTuber for pumping out a spec. Spec is just like, is this what it is? It's just it's a gambling guess of that so and so is going to be in the next movie or TV show or whatever. I have like a few copies of like Kill the Minotaur, and that was spec to be a TV show, and it hasn't happened yet. But to be honest with you, it's still a good comic book. And there's another YouTuber who I won't say this person's name, but he did the West Coast Avengers number 45. And he made a speculation that when Vision comes back into the cinema, he's going to be in a white uniform. And that's a pretty good spec. Like, you're not, to me, a speculation doesn't have to have fact behind it. It just has to have some sort of comic book knowledge behind it. As in, like, I have a first few appearances of the Celestials that appear in like Externals, like number 1, and Externals number like 4, 6, or 7 or something like that. But like, and I also got like the first appearance of Eternity, which is in like a Nick Fury book of some sort. But what I'm trying to say is, like, these speculating is like saying that like Marvel is doing a lot of cosmic movies in the future. Like, so in my mind, like, people like for Infinity Gauntlet number 1 went up, hijacked in price because of these new Avenger movies with the Infinity War. Like, but there's all these cosmic beings, like Captain Marvel. You can speculate on what book you want to do for Captain Marvel or whatnot. Either it be her first appearance, or if it be the Avenging Spider-Man number, 9? That's like Danvers is the first appearance as Captain Marvel. I mean, those are good specs, but it's something that you yourself as a collector, in my opinion, has to decide is that if you're going to flip it or be a collector. To me, it's for you to decide whether it's worth it to try to get those spec books. And and you also have to think, do you even want those books? As a collector, do you even want those books? Like, if you were to get those books, like, would you be happy? Like, yay, I got the first appearance of Danvers as Captain Marvel, but I'm not a big fan of Captain Marvel. So, like, now that you have that book, do you want to flip it? Why did you get it in the first place? I mean, like, what do you guys think about speculating on books?
I think
I know I just shot a whole bunch of shit in your face, but like,
no, I think it just comes down to how you collect. Really, there's no right or wrong way, in my opinion, to collect. But what are you speculating for? Is really what it comes down to me. Like, I'll talk about the New Mutants #8, the first appearance of Surge. There's no reason to pay $30 for that book. There just isn't. I mean, I'm not going to get on my soapbox about it again, but the point is, like, I don't need that book in my collection because I don't collect that. But other people are paying crazy money for it, speculating that it's a first appearance of someone. And it is, in fact, her first appearance, don't get me wrong. But is it a what makes it a $30 book? What are they speculating on? Are you speculating on, like, for example, the death of Superman back in the 90s or whatever the hell that was, 80s, 90s? That was a perfect speculator book, was it not? Every mother, father in the world was buying that book. By the tens and thousands of copies of this book, because they were all speculating that this is going to put their kids through college because it's Superman,
The Superman, by God.
I mean, if you do it just for fun, or you just doing it to make a quick dollar, whatever it is, that's a personal choice. And I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but for me, like, speculating, it goes with investing, or it goes with gambling. You buy a lotto ticket with spending $2 in hopes of hitting 654 million. But is that really what people are doing with their speculating? Is that truly, are you hoping you buy this $3 New Mutants? Are you flipping it? Are you putting it in your collection? Would you have put it in your collection had it not become a hot book? Those kind of things. I'm just curious, like, people's thoughts on that, I guess, because I know how I am.
Oh no, like, I mean, to me, it, as a collector, because I've always been a collector, and, like, to me, it's just like it's a new phenomenon to me personally. It's a whole new thing, because it's to me, it's brand new, because I never had, being on YouTube and watching other people's channels, like, I've never had this conversation, like, globally, because you have these access to the internet that I'm talking to a whole bunch of people, or possibly talking to a whole bunch of people, that it's like, it's just a new phenomenon that, like, I never thought about, like, oh, maybe I should jump on this first appearance before it blows up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a collector and I want to collect the characters that I love. And so, like, when, I'm a huge Wolverine fan, right? And I'm also obviously a huge X-23 fan. But, now that, these movies came out, it's like their prices have skyrocketed just because they're in a movie, or these prices have jumped up because they're on a TV show. Like, so I guess as a collector, for me personally, I thought I had time to go back and collect those issues, but I feel as though, like, I don't have that time anymore because of all these speculations and, like, all these movies coming out, and people are like, oh, you know what? I can't buy, like, the first appearance of Death because she might appear in the next Avengers movie. It's just like, damn, so I better go get that what is it, the war book. I better get like that first appearance before it goes fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? So like, to me, with like speculating, it has messed me up as a collector just because I thought I had enough time to go back later and collect to purchase these books. But now I feel as though there may be a little bit of pressure because people start speculating and people, whatnot. What do you guys think?
Well, my speculating days are over. I can tell you that much. um, to me, it just got to be what's the word I'm trying to find here? It was just too much for me. I mean, trying to speculate on every book, and I feel like I'm at an AA meeting. Former Speculators Anonymous here. I mean, just reading the stories, and I mean, there's some stuff, of course, that I want to think like. I guess investing versus speculating is kind of where my brain is at. Like, I mean, I guess you could speculate on something, but you can't really speculate on anything that's in the 90s. If Mr. Oh my gosh, Neil Adams starts getting up there in age and starts looking a little putrid or knocking on death's door, I would speculate that a lot of his covers are going to start going through the roof even more than they already are. I'd be really curious to see if there was a rumor about a Swamp Thing movie or something coming out, and see what that. Oh my gosh, I can't even think right now, guys. The freaking first appearance of Swamp Thing, something House of Secrets '92. Dang, dang, I can't freaking get my head straight.
Shit, I'm out of it. I couldn't even remember Forever People #1. I was just like, God damn it. But I mean, that's what I'm saying. I think it's strange. Like, for me personally, I just feel like I'm being pressured into having to buy these first appearances before, I know like over time these books are gonna like slowly go up anyway. Like, and I hate myself for not doing it when I was in the 90s, but I was a little fucking kid and didn't know any better. It's one of those things that you wish you had hindsight in, and it's just like, I could have bought like the first appearance of like Wolverine for like $100, like $90, but I didn't. I was just like, oh, I'll go mow a few lawns and buy it, later. And like now it's just like, what the fuck happened to that book? Like, it's almost untouchable now. I don't want to say untouchable because I'm gonna get that motherfucker, but it's definitely at a higher price that I'm gonna have to.
What about the first appearance of Sinestro?
Oh, that's on my list too.
Yeah, that'd be a good one to have. I'm surprised it's not #1 on your list.
Well, this is the thing. Like, the first two things that got me into collecting comic books was like Wolverine #47, and it was like that Batman Todd McFarlane cover.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Like those, like I bought them at I was on like a family road trip somewhere, and like we stopped at like a Walmart or something like that, and they had like this random plastic bag just full of comic books, and I was like, okay, I'll buy it. I have a car ride, and I read that Wolverine book, and I was like, who the hell is this guy? He's pretty cool. And obviously, I already knew who Batman was, but like, I read the Batman comic books that came with it, and I was just like, and as soon as we got to where we lived in North Carolina for a long time, I was just like, I need to go to a comic book shop, Dad. You need to take me there right now. And I started collecting comic books.
And then Westman says, "Holy shit, Ghost Hat, fuck, FTW." I don't think it's supposed to be WTF. I don't know.
Well, I meant to go back in the chat because someone tried to to buy my hat for like $5. I was like, no.
Well, is that what they were bidding on? Then he folded out. They got up to $6.
It's like, no, that ain't happening, man. I'm sorry. I'm not guys. Sorry.
Mr. Gretzky 9966 said he became a collector because of Justice League of America 69. I don't know if that
Number of 69.
yeah, right. I was thinking the number 69. Wasn't sure if it had some significance to it.
No, I was trying to be less dirty, so I went with the summer of 69 instead of the other one.
This guy, Brandon Swinsky, said, I had a single mother that didn't want to keep an active child occupied and teach him how to read, so she started buying comics to get my attention and learn to read. Hey, it worked. Now you can read good.
Started Brian Spaceboy. Tried to buy my hat for $5. And then Pope C went for $6. And then he folded. Like, what?
Well, I think they realized it wasn't a good deal.
Ouch. Ouch. Very ouch.
I don't know. I'm not familiar with ghosts, but I guess I could learn. I could learn about it.
It'd probably help us summon Donnie Cates, to be honest with
you. I conjure up a spirit. After party tonight. You want an after party? I'm always down. I'm always down for an after party.
that was freaking awesome.
From the other room, the wife, yes. I'll put it here in the chat in a little bit.
Yes, you have to do it.
I like the Hellboy movie, the first one. I'll be honest, I didn't get around to watching the second one entirely, Pope Cerebus, but I totally liked it.
TJ Watson, I'm sorry, I have to say I absolutely love like the Ghost comic books. So I do have some of the Adam Hughes covers of that Ghost. She's awesome.
So I wanted to talk about a few things that I read this week. I know we kind of didn't really get around to reading or talking about what we read, but I should mention this earlier. This is one of the best freaking things I've read in a long ass time. It's written by Rick Remender and art by Sean Gordon Murphy. It is a crazy neo-futuristic gem, in my opinion. I love going back and getting these image collections and reading, some of the stuff, because going back to the whole speculating thing, anytime Image puts out a new #1 and it sells out right away, and within a week it's $10, $15, and then a few days later it's back to cover price, or it's been sold for movie rights or speculated on. But this is the way to go, in my opinion. I just picked these up. The first volume is always $10, seems to be, with Image titles.
Oh yeah, Image does awesome job with the trade back.
But what a great story! I've been trying to get Deadly Class Volume 1 too, so I can start reading on that. Never mind the shots in the background. It's people out there shooting their fireworks. No one's getting killed, I promise you. Anyways, I put on Instagram yesterday. I tagged Rick Remender and Sean Murphy in both of this, and Matt Hollingsworth, who did the colors. But my God, I truly just really.
Don't put any pressure on us.
Yeah, no pressure, no pressure.
Just like Sean Murphy. What if all three of them asked to be on the show at the same time?
That'd be awesome. Thanks, Tat. Have a great night. Thanks for stopping in.
Later, Tat.
Yeah, I haven't read the Magic Order yet. I have it in my pile. Here's what I did read since our last show. I read Stellar #1. This is interesting. It's written by Joseph Katinge.
Can I stop you there for a second?
Yeah.
I mean, I know this was just like off the gate, but I have to go back in the chat. Like, as soon as you showed that book, someone was saying that Magic Order, TJ Watson was saying Magic Order is a good read and it's going to be a Netflix show.
Yeah, because Netflix bought all the Mark Millar stuff.
Well, I'm just trying to tie that back into the whole speculating thing, because it's like,
yeah,
I mean, that there in itself could be a speculation. If you want to buy buy up those books. You know.
Yep. And it could be a sleeper hit because I don't know. I don't check. I ordered Magic Order right from the get go because I'll read anything by Mark Millar. So you know, what's up, Doomsday Comics? Thanks for stopping by, stopping by. What's wrong with me? Anyways, so I read Stellar #1. This is another Image title by Skybound. It's actually, it says on the inside it was created by Robert Kirkman. So I don't know what that means. He didn't write it or have anything to do with it. And they didn't plaster it all over the cover, which I appreciate. On the inside, it did say created by Robert Kirkman. Art by Brett Blevins, who does some pretty cool art. And it's hit or miss in this book. The artwork is like there's some really good pages, and there's some little like, I don't know if they're intended to be cartoony, but they're really cartoony. But the story itself is basically I don't have to give spoilers here, but if you haven't read it, read it. If you like space and sci-fi, I encourage it. She's like a bounty hunter that's trying to bring this alien in for a bounty, but he gets rejected because she doesn't have the right paperwork. Then they keep bouncing around, like kind of her backstory, what have you. But
Mama's mama.
It's pretty cool. I definitely would recommend picking up the first issue if you like those sort of things. I like the strong female leads myself, like the warrior, badass Red Sonjas of space type chicks. Not saying she's Red Sonja of space, but she might be. The other book I read was from Static Press via Titan Comics. It's a cover B. This is Konungar, War of Crowns. It is a badass Viking book. Shocker. Vikings for the win. Not the football team. God knows, not the Super Bowl football team. Anyway, so this is basically a story of two brothers at war. They're fighting for the crown. And basically they're brought together because of a 100-year. You see the centaur on the cover. The centaurs came back to battle them, so they have to kind of work out their differences-ish. Their sister is kind of the middleman. But it's a pretty cool story, and the second book comes out this month, so I'll definitely be looking for that. I guess if I have to go back, I'm going to give this one 5 beers and 3 shots.
There we go.
That's for Tokyo Ghost. 5 beers, 3 shots. Pick it up. If you're not reading it, read it. Just go out and buy a volume 1 right now on Amazon or eBay or whatever your source is, or JP All About Comics here. What's that?
I was just going to say, try to support your local comic book shop before you jump to.
Sure. But now that I don't have a local comic book shop, I have to think outside the box. So, just kidding. My guys deliver to me, and we're good. So, support local. And then this one, I'm going to give this one a solid 3.5 beers, or 3 beers and a shot.
3 beers and a shot.
And then Stellar, I'm going to give 3 beers. So, I would strongly recommend those titles to read. And Venom #2, since we talked about that earlier, I'm going to give that a solid 4 beers. I like where it's going. I'm excited for the future of that title, so definitely keep reading that one.
Awesome, awesome, awesome.
What'd you read? Since we actually do read comics on this show.
Like I said, today was the first day I actually had a chance to go to the comic book store. But I read that Teen Titans special. Wasn't too bad. But this is something I think that needs to be on people's radars. And for some reason, the artwork is good. And her name is Murica Andolfos, and she's Italian. But she pumped out a book called Unnatural.
Oh yeah, I got mine waiting to be shipped.
So I have. I'm gonna have to move this camera again. Motion sickness.
Did you please tell me you got the sexy Manara cover?
So hold on. I love this cover. cover.
That's the one I got.
But the thing was, like, Midtown was completely out of the second cover. But like I said, I went to my local comic book shop, and they had plenty of what I like to call the bacon bits cover.
Woo! Y'all gonna lose my mind up
Who wants a pork rind? Who wants a pork rind?
there. Who knew that pig girls could be so sick?
But like, the artwork is actually phenomenal in this book, and to be honest, when I was there at my local comic book shop, the guy who was, because like the owner wasn't there, it was one of his lackeys, and he was like, I just told him, I was like, just to let you know, this book is hot right now. Oh, I'm sorry, my camera's over here now. And I was just like, but this particular cover has been sold out everywhere. So whenever we're ready to do another giveaway, I actually bought an extra one of what I like to call the bacon bits covers. And
Let's make a deal right now. Let's make a deal right now.
I
didn't get that cover.
You need it?
I do.
Well, dude, I bought 3 of them.
Perfect.
So I have one. Whoever wins the contest has one, and I'm shipping one to you, I guess, with what is it? The Muto 18.
Motu 18.
The Muto.
Naomi says he's drunk.
Which one?
Naomi Comics is drunk.
You just can't say he's drunk and not like point a finger at one of them.
No, I said Naomi said that he himself is drunk.
Oh, okay. Well, congratulations. So someone, I guess, you know what? Let's make it a little bit bigger. Since we did a whole talk about speculating and crap like that. I know I didn't talk about this book. I talked about this one, so I will throw that in the next giveaway. But I'll also throw in this Divergence. And the reason why I'm going to throw in this Divergence is because when you start talking about first appearances, it goes back to that whole topic. Grail, who is the daughter of Darkseid, is her first appearance is in Justice League 40, but her actual first appearance is, I guess, in this free comic book giveaway of Divergence. So those are the books I'll give away whenever we decide we're going to do a next contest. You're like, do it now. I'm just trying to find.
Danny Ochoa wants to know if we've ever puked on our comics. I have not. I've never been that drunk. I've never thrown up from drinking in my entire life, knock on wood.
Who asked that?
Danny Ochoa.
You are not allowed to participate in the next giveaway, dear sir. How dare you insult us by saying we would possibly even think about puking on our comic books?
Legend said he's drunk on rum. I think everyone in our chat's drunk. I think that we are actually an alcoholics acceptance group.
That's the only one. But like I said, like, this is the first appearance, possibly, arguably, first appearance of Grail.
Really? What issue is that?
This is the free comic book giveaway, Divergence.
Ah, isn't that something to do with the black forward or something too?
Oh no, she's the daughter of Darkseid.
Yeah, I know who she is. Grail, that was an awesome read, The Darkseid Wars.
Mm-hmm.
I actually enjoyed the hell out of that.
But they were saying that they were saying that Justice League like number 40 was her first appearance, which came out in June, and this is actually dated for June 2015.
But it came in May.
But yeah, exactly. There you go. Free Comic Day was like May 2nd.
May 2nd or 4th or 7th, whatever it was that year.
It was like May the 2nd. So technically, this was the first appearance of Grail and not Justice League 40, which came out in June. Which I'm wanting to say like mid-June. So, should I just go ahead and give away these books?
Yeah, man. What are you going to do? I forgot you haven't given away anything like the over here.
So how should I give away these books?
Well, I like the easy way of doing it. There are 21 people in the chat. Take away myself. So there's 20 people in the chat. Take away my wife. There's 19 people in the chat. So just have them do write down your number between 1 and 19 and have them chat. And the first person who gets it, hold up the little thing, and they win.
So you want me to pick a number from 1 to 19?
Yes.
Don't start writing stuff down. Let me write down a number first, guys.
Yeah. Hold on. Don't guess yet, folks. Don't guess yet. They're not listening.
Not guessing.
Crazy. Did you write one down yet?
No, because they're guessing already.
All right. I'm out.
I'm not even going to look at the chat right now.
And don't look at the chat because they're crazy folks.
So you said 1 through 19, right?
1 through 19. I'll look at the chat.
Okay. I have written down a number.
Here's what we got. We have 6, 13, 8, 11, 17, 9, 18, 11, 7.
Miss Hustle got it.
Number 11. There you go. What the hell is that?
It's 19.
I didn't see a 19. Where did I miss that at? Hold on. Where the hell did you see 19?
I guess my...
oh, there it is. Miss Hustle, 19.
So yeah.
There you go. Congratulations, Miss Hustle. Come on down.
Woo! These are being shipped to Canada.
Oh, Canada.
You're like, I don't know the rest of those words.
I do. I just don't want to be offensive.
Okay.
I don't want to be disrespectful to...
I know, because you're a Capitals fan. I'm a Detroit fan. I get it.
No, I just meant like, living so close to Canada, I probably heard the national anthem just as much as I did America's national anthem. But
Why did
she said, "Sing, JP, sing."
Sing it. So, Miss Hustle, if you can and will, please give me your address, and I will send you this Divergence #1. This new Avengers #27, the first appearance of Hawkeye as Ronin. The Teen Titans Special #1, and the Unnatural.
How about them bacon bits, girl?
Them Bacon Bits cover of Unnatural #1.
We got lots of New York Rangers fans, Penguins fans, Maple Leafs.
Good God, they came out of the works.
You got
Oink.
Lewinsky's a Red Wings fan with you, so there you go. Midwest Comic Man says, "I have seen the inside. 2 words, pig boobs."
Yep, no shark tits.
No shark tits. We got pig tits though.
That's why I'm giving it away. No shark tits.
The real question: do pig tits equal big tits? Oh my gosh!
What do you like on your salad?
Bacon bits.
That's another conversation for after we get off air.
Mm-hmm. Oh goodness. let's see here. Blackhawks, Poor Man's Comics, love some Blackhawks. I had the luxury, nay, the pleasure of having some quality time with Jonathan Taves back in his college days. So there's that. Yeah, is there anything else you want to talk about before we go? What's up? Live? No, what are we doing? Off air? I'm going to appreciate everyone for coming out tonight, hanging out with us.
Oh, thank you very much. And like once again, I want to thank you guys for the support, for me, for the helping me through my grievance. Thank you for all the well wishes. Like most of you had no idea what I was going through, but you were there, and that's what I love about this community. You guys give and give and give without thinking, and from the bottom of my heart, thank you very, very, very much. Before you do, I wanted to give. Let me go ahead, JP. I'm just going to put my my Gmail down so Miss Hustles can send me her info.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'll post. Anyone wants to have a little after party, you're more than welcome. I will post it in the chat here in a moment. So just bear with me on that. I'm on the edge of glory.
That's it?
What?
You're not going to see more?
No.
Boo.
Boo.
Go home, you're drunk.
I'm not drunk. Or
You're already home.
so yeah, see Water 19. Jonathan Taves, dude, could tell you some crazy stories about that guy. I met his mom, had a great conversation with her. That's a long story. Oh my gosh. I didn't know I had the camera on me the whole time you were talking, Pope.
It's all good. It's all good.
Legend just came in busting my balls about it.
Sure did. He was like, press that little button down there.
I know. Where was my moderator? Who did I have last week? Was it Poor Man's Comics that was my moderator?
Holy shit, dude. You know who I haven't seen the whole time? Fucking Jason Smith. Woo!
Same thing.
He's on vacation.
Busting my balls talking about shark tits and pork rinds.
I put some sharks in the comments for you.
That was nice.
That was for you.
You hear that?
What'd she say?
She said she put sharks in the chat for you because she cares.
Oh, I see him. Thank you very much.
You're so very welcome. Thank me when I send you a real shark someday.
Yeah.
What the fuck? They're gonna have to sign for this. I'm like, no.
With care.
Please, fragile. Please don't fold. Like, no.
Why is this box leaking?
All right, so we'll
Sorry.
go ahead and wrap up tonight. I'm going to put this off air right now in the chat. So if you guys want to hang out with us, you can. Otherwise, I appreciate you guys as always. Next week's show might be on a different day. We will have Brent Peoples with us. So that being said, I appreciate you guys for coming out. We'll see you guys later. Good to have Pope back. We'll talk to you later.
Later, guys.
Bye-bye.
Later, guys.